Hello and welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to show you how to send a campaign via Maileroo, as well as quickly put together an email template using our builder. So to begin, you've got to go to our email marketing tool and access one of your organizations. If you're wondering what an organization is, think of it like a folder. A folder that contains files for a brand or client, and you can create many of these folders to store and separate contacts, campaigns, templates, and analytics for each of them. So in here, we're in a test organization. So what we're going to do is we're going to now, before we send a campaign, we've actually got to set up our contacts. So go on here to the left-hand side, we can click into contacts here. That will provide us this list here. If you haven't got anything set up already, then you'll see this. We can create a list by clicking this button in the top right corner. Name it something memorable, something that means something to the list that is storing, or the contacts that will be in here. So if they're related to your newsletter or your blog or your e-commerce site, you can store them in here. So we're going to call this test, and we're going to click create. So now that we've created our list, we've now got to add in our contacts. And please do ensure that your contacts are double opted in, as well as they're obviously aware that they're going to start receiving your marketing promotions. And we do have this option here that we'll go through in another video with the forms that can collect all this information for you. So to begin, there's two options to this. You can import and add in thousands of contacts, or you can do it manually, which is what we're going to show you today, as we're only going to have one in. But here you'd go into the top right and click import, where you select the CSV or the copy and paste option, and then you can upload, and then the fields will get mapped out, and you'll be able to identify which fields you want to keep and add, and so on and so forth. So we're going to click here into contacts, and we're going to just add in the contact manually. So what we have here, we have a few fields that we can add, and by default, the required one that you need, of course, is the email address. The rest are optional. But for this, we're just going to do the first two fields. We're going to call this user Maileroo YouTube, and the email, we're just making our support email, who have kindly opted in. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit save. And now that we've saved this, you'll see that this is our contact now with a subscribe status. We can click out of that and you'll see that has been updated. If you don't see that, you can click refresh, and this screen will refresh with the updated details. So now that we've set it up, we can actually start creating our campaign. So what we'll do is we'll go to campaigns, and we're going to click create campaign here. You'll see various filters here, of course, as an added note, based on the status of your campaign. So if you do have hundreds of campaigns and you want to filter through them, you can see them here. So we're going to click create campaign. I'm going to name this campaign something useful. So we'll call this Maileroo first test campaign. Now down here, you've got your sender identities. We'll go through that in another video, but essentially you can select which one that you want to send from, as well as you can specify a reply to address if you wish. Now the next step for this is the schedule. You can determine how you want to set this up. You can either send it now, so essentially once you hit send campaign right at the end of this flow, then it will send it right that instant. Otherwise, you can schedule it for a specific time slot, which will send it then and there. That way, if you have a sale in the future that you've wanted to send this campaign for up, then you can do that. As well as the frequency, if you have an email that you want to send out just once, you click this. Otherwise, if you want reoccurring, you can determine how frequently you want to send this out: daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. But for this case, we're going to select one time. Now the audience is the last step for this initial setup. So the audience, by default, since we created that one contact list, it will pop up here and make that the default option. Otherwise, if you've got many, just select through the drop down and you'll see the various contact list options there that you can select from. If you've got a segment, it will ask you what segment that you want. A segment's created within the contact list that you've defined. So that contact list that we created, the test one before, I would then create a segment of that list based on certain fields and certain factors, and that's what would be available to me. But since we haven't got that set up, we're just going to select the test list that we created. And now we're going to move on to the next section of adding the email content. So it'll ask you here what subject line you'd like to use. So if you've ever done any testing and you found something successful, that might be one that you'd like to use. Otherwise, in this case, we're going to say Maileroos first email test. So the second option here is the template. So you can select start from scratch or you can clone an existing template. We don't have any templates set up, so we're going to select start from scratch. So by default, it's going to open up the editor and it's going to provide us with various details here. So here we've got the company name. So these are dynamic tags that are going to populate with the details that we provided upon sign up. Here you can see the tag subscriber name. That was the tag that we showed you when we were adding in that contact manually. So this will replace and should say hi Maileroo YouTube instead of what you see here, hi subscriber name. And by default, we provide you an unsubscribe link. So this link here is a requirement for saving the template. If you do not have this link in here, it will prompt you as an error in the top left corner here saying that you are missing that parameter. So please do keep that in mind. So you do have a few options here to select from that you can add into your template. You can add headings, text, images, buttons, various other components. As well as if you wish, you can select from our template library here, which is a growing range of templates that you can select from. And this will override the existing design and input them here and provide you with, of course, the standards. And you can edit this as you'd like. So what we're going to do here, show you, we're going to do that. And we're going to save. We're going to save and quit. And this will take us back to our campaign editor. And now there are a few other things that you can do in here. You can add attachments to this, as well as you can add a variation. So the idea of a variation is implementing A/B testing. So we can say 50% off sale. And then we can start from scratch as well for that one. We can create a template with this. So we go to templates. We can do that one. And we can say, welcome, this is a 50% off sale. And there we go. We can click save on that one. And now by default, you'll see here the send percentage is 50%. So essentially what this means is you're going to send 50% of this and 50% of this are going to 50% of your list and 50% of your list. So we can edit details, content. If we'd like, we can up the weight if we want. So if we want to put that to 80. Oh, we must bring this one down, sorry. And we bring this to 80. And that would mean we've got a total of 100. So 80% of the contact list will receive this, whereas 20% will receive that. And that way in our analytics, we can determine that we will see which one's doing better or not. So next thing, we're going to go to review and confirm. So now in here, we can see all the details of what and when it's going to start. And it's a draft, it's one time, the list that we're sending to, the name of the campaign, the sender identity, the start date, and the variations. So you can go back throughout this list and delete if you'd like. And this will revert back to 100%. So now what we want to do is we go review and confirm. And before we even send out the campaign, we can send out a test email to ourselves, and we will see what the email looks like as a desktop format or a mobile format, depending on where you open up that email. But since we've only got the one email in here, it won't be too bad for us to send the campaign anyway. So we can send the campaign, and you'll see here a little success message saying it has gone live. You can cancel or pause. Now you can go back to your campaign list, and you'll see this pop up here. It's been queued, and you'll see this update over time when you refresh the page. But we can then go into our analytics and see here that one has been delivered, and you'll see 100% delivered, whether or not it's been opened, clicked, or if that particular user, well, we'll know because it's only one, but you'll see the percentage of users and the number of users that have unsubscribed from this list in particular after this campaign. So this has successfully been sent through. You'll see that it's been updated to completed. And then that is basically it for sending campaigns. It's as simple as that. We'll dive deeper into other videos showing you how we can integrate automations, templates, and campaigns further. We thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, leave any comments in the video if you'd like any help with anything, as well as if you'd like to have technical or general support from our team, visit www.maileroo.com, and in the bottom right corner you'll see a live chat available with our team there, ready to help with any queries that you'll have. Once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.